live installation on Clemson's GC domain. So right now I'm looking at my local host, the WordPress site that I put together on my computer, which is what you got now. We've taken care of in previous videos pages for the individual posts, for the different pages that I might go to. So at this point I don't have my content in there, so this is just the example, but you should be done whenever you get into this step. Layout, everything should be like you want it, so it should just be a quick package up and move. So 2 steps. First, you're going to need to log in via FTP to your live space on Clemson's GC domain. So each of you will have a username and a password, and you should have received an email from me with the link to this video with that username and password. And if I go to clemsongc.com/my username, these installs have all been set up, and this is what you'll see right now. So for my username, you should see something similar. For yours, it's just a blank WordPress install, no special theming, just the default. And from here I can go to the dashboard. Now I've already logged into mine, so it takes me straight to my dashboard. It will ask you to log in, and you can use the login information that you received in the email to log into the back end. But this is familiar. This is what you've been working with this whole time, except now you'll notice that it is at clemsongc.com instead of on your computer. So this is the live dashboard. I have the tab right next to it, I have my 127.0. This is my local host on my computer. So I've got the two next to each other so I can work back and forth. Next, pull up your FTP program. I'm using Fetch, and start a new connection. When you go to connect, your host name is going to be clemsongc.com, and then you'll use your same login information that I sent you. Now, you may notice that mine is a little bit different than what shows up in the browser. This is a technical error on my part, so this is just for me. Yours will be the same as what you use to log into WordPress. So go ahead and connect. As long as I don't get any errors. Oh, we got an error. Hold on. Typed it wrong. Also, my FTP login allows me to view all of the users. Yours should take you directly to your user folder. So when you log in, find my user folder, you should see something that looks like this. Very, very similar to what you have inside of Finder in AMPS, where you're working with all of these WordPress files. So you'll see you've got WP content, where we've been keeping our themes. So I'm going to go inside of there. Oh, my themes folder. And default, I've got 2011, 2012. Next, I'm going to take from Finder, from Windows Explorer, whatever program you're using, and I'm going to upload my entire theme folder, so my entire bspace folder, into clemsongc.com. So I'm going to go ahead and drag that over. So taking from my system, putting my theme folder onto this live server. So there it goes, it's transferring. While it's transferring, the other thing you need to do is from WordPress locally on your computer, so this is at localhost, go to your dashboard, come down here to Tools, click Export. If you haven't done this before, it may ask you to install something, but you should have imported some plugins at the beginning of the assignment, so you should be good to go. Choose all content, and say download export file. And it's going to give me an export file in my downloads. And so I know where it is. I'm going to put it inside of my bspace theme. Now, I already have created one prior to this, so it is going to ask me to replace this file. Say replace. So, like the dummy content that you imported at the beginning of your assignment, now you have just exported an XML file that has all of your content, your posts, your pages, any images in those posts, all that good stuff. So let's check on my import here. Still working. Looks like we're almost done. So let's go back. I've just exported my content from my local installation. I'm on the dashboard of my LiveInstall. So hopefully as soon as that transfer completes, I should be able to go to Appearance and select Themes and see that my theme that I've created has now just shown up. And I think Fetch just finished. Yes. So I'll refresh the page just for safety. The theme that I created now at clemsongc.com, the LiveInstall, is now become available. So I'm going to click and activate my theme. Alright, so my theme has been activated. And if I visit my site, you can see that I've got a lot of the same stuff, but some of it is sort of out of place. I'm missing sidebar content over here. And well, actually, I already have my content. It held on to that. It's been imported. I ran through this once, so my content is relevant here. You may have, say, the wrong blog title, some different stuff showing up, nav, sidebar, different areas may not be formatted correctly. Don't freak out. You haven't imported your content yet. So from the dashboard on the live setup, go back to your dashboard. Go to Tools, Import. You're going to click WordPress, and if you haven't done that before, from the LiveInstall, it'll ask you to install it real quick. And then click, once it installs, click Activate and Import Content. I'm going to click Choose File, and this is where you go and look for that XML file that you just made of your content. So you go and get that, click Open, and it will bring all of your content into the blog. So since I've already done that, my content's already in here, I'm not going to do it again to avoid creating duplicate content. I will ask you what all you want to bring in. Go ahead and bring in everything, and then you can delete what you don't need. So you got that, your content's imported. The next thing that you'll probably notice is missing is, for me, it's my widgets. I used, or plugins. If you used widgets or plugins anywhere on the page, those aren't going to be working. But you got your content in there, and we transferred our theme folder by dragging it into Fetch, but we did not transfer our plugins. So back up one level to where you're inside your WP content folder, select plugins, and this is where your plugins are stored for WordPress. Inside your local setup, so I'm inside Finder now, I also have a plugins folder, and the one that I downloaded was called Recent Posts with Excerpts. That's what I wanted to use in my sidebar. So I'm simply going to drag and drop that plugin folder from Finder into Fetch, and it's going to transfer all of that plugin stuff that I need. Alright, so it's good to go. Come back to my LiveInstall here. Go to my dashboard. Select plugins from the side menu. I notice that my recent post with excerpts plugin is now showing. Has already been activated. If it was not activated, I would want to activate it. So that's already been taken care of. Now I can go to my appearance and widgets, since this was a widget I had used, and I can put it back where I want it to go. So I'm going to put my recent posted excerpts back in its place. I'm going to reset the settings that I had on my local install. Save. And let's visit my blog. Alright, so side by side I've got my live installation. Let's visit my primary installation, or my local installation. So live versus local. Now you see some shifts in the post content. That's because the Hello World post is still here on the live install. I deleted it on my local install, but other than that, there we go. That's it. I now have my live, or my local and my live all have the same files. The styling applies. Everything's been transferred. My content's been pulled over. All of that stuff. Good to go. And that's the last step. Once you have everything up and hosted at your installation on the GC server, just let me know, and then I'll be able to check it from there. Refer to your assignment sheet, check what all you need to turn into me if you haven't gotten it to me yet, and make sure you read those requirements. That's it.